But Kendrick Lamar last week popped out and showed a nigga like
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck up the clip. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
um what a legendary moment in the history of like hip hop, West Coast rap. A lot of people call this gang chella. There were several different names for it and everything like that. And if you wanted to watch a nigga get executed, you know, Amazon got it right there. Like Jeff Bezos was like, "Yeah, I'll broadcast seeing this Canadian nigga get strung up." Essentially, like like Nas didn't get to do what he wanted to do to Jay-Z at Summer Jam. Like he didn't hang a damn doll of Drake above like the form or anything, but he might as well have. Like 5 times playing Not Like Us, opening with Euphoria, just all the the production value, camera cuts, all these songs that were some of his biggest hits of his career that all sound
Right,
like Drake subs now. NBA players jumping on stage, sea walking, NBA players staying in the
bro.
crowd that were not able to go on stage.
Westbrook up there with DeRozan
Yes.
when, like, it. Famous NBA story was like um, after Nipsey got murdered, like Westbrook had that 20-20-20 game for the
That's in
60s.
bro, that's one of the like most
That's a
phenomenal
legendary thing.
bro, that's one of the most phenomenal like sporty feats like ever. Like, yo, I'm gonna this guy Nipsey, I'm gonna put 60 on the board in all these different ways, like combined to honor this man. And then, bro, that's crazy. That's like when you hear about Chris Paul scoring 61 for his grandfather and missing the
And then
free
missed the
throw at
free
the
throw to make
end.
sure he didn't get to 62.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
This
You
is
know what's funny? I heard about that story before I knew it was Chris Paul.
oh word.
And then I later learned it was Chris Paul. It's like, holy shit, that's the same dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so many people just showing up in the concert, and it was just like this thing was head to head with Dynamite for most of the show. Um, did a number on the ratings. Look, I don't know if it did or not.
I we're never gonna be able to find out because it's streaming.
Right.
But if the go home show bounces back to the normal numbers, what other thing was there out there on television? And also, like, because I saw Meltzer
College
was
World
freaking out about the
Series.
numbers. Sorry,
College World Series apparently did big numbers.
I get. I mean,
I don't know.
was it big? Was it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was big enough to make that level of a dent.
I think
But
they did 1.7 million. I don't know the demo number though.
okay, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Like that was my thing. Was like it was one obviously it's 1 week number or whatever else. But like I saw that and I was like, wow. But back to the Kendrick thing is like I actually listened to Element this weekend because I hadn't seen the concert yet. And I was listening to and I was like, what's it? Now when you listen to Kendrick stuff and you're hearing him talking about what a lot of rappers do when they talk about somebody without naming them, you never know who it is or if it's an imaginary foe. It's like, was he talking about Drake this whole time? He's talking about Boogeyman and everything. It's like this kind of goes in line with what ended up happening. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, like bringing Dre out, then Dre whispers, "I see dead people." Like I also want to see like for sure like everybody else that came out like before the open, like the DJ Head stuff. Like Tyler came out, people losing their minds. Was like that's such a Cali thing because like around here I don't hear many people talk about the Tyler stuff, but they were singing every single word of his that what's your name shit when he first came out. They were losing it, and that's before he got to Earthquake. So you know, and what's your name? That's one of them beats. Is like that's some shit that you would have made, right up your alley. But yeah, like it was that shit was. I can't remember the last. I mean, I guess people will point to the 50th anniversary this happened. but like I can't remember like the last time someone a rapper made a or had a concert or one single show that got this kind of buzz. Like not even like the OVO Fest or the Dreamville stuff gets this kind of buzz. Obviously, that's those are annual things, and you know, or even like you know this. I think maybe like Beyonce at Coachella, maybe I don't know, but like one singular person doing something. Like I can't remember. That's the last time I remember like for a black artist trying to energizing, you know, like the zeitgeist in that way.
Yeah, this was like a great celebration of the West Coast, but on top of it, it's a great celebration of hating Drake. And this was like someone that decided like I'm going to ruin this man, like the perception of this man. I'm going to ruin Juneteenth as a holiday for him. I'm going to remind him he's an outsider, not only in this rap game.
I'm also further stepping on the shit he said in his diss records. I keep continuing to do that. Like, you know, like I get off the plane and nothing has changed. I head to Delilah with all my ice. Bro, you live in LA area. You live in the hills.
Yeah.
Where it's nice and safe. And you go to Delilah in fucking Beverly Hills, everything else. You're not with the salt of the earth in this area. You're not in Inglewood. You're not in fucking Watts. You're not in Compton. You're not in East LA. None of that shit. None of it. Like you are over there.
Bro, it was almost like Kendrick threw a fucking
Westwood and shit.
Bro, it's like he threw a fucking border around like these things. This shit was a call to action. Like, hey, anybody see this nigga Drake around here? Like, he ain't allowed to show his face around here. I'm not saying I'm going to do nothing to him, but he's not allowed here.
If you see that nigga on the freeway, like
cut the exits off.
I mean, it's a fucking parking lot half the time anyway.
Yeah, Drake's a visitor. As it was Brewhaven's mentioned in the comments, like in more ways than one. That's what a lot of this was showing.
And that was the thing when I thought that, like, you know, the whole when before you dropped in right after J. Cole had did the whole thing where he apologized or whatever else. It was like, hey man, like most of these rappers, they want to live in LA. Kendrick's actually from there. You don't want that kind of smoke if you want to move around this area. He's actually from there. And Drake got the embassy out there, that big ass house. And hey, bro, you got that big ass house out there. You're gonna be safe there, but you have to keep it over there. Way the fuck over there.
Yeah, I think it's so funny to see how ill prepared Drake was for all this stuff that he thought he wanted, and this stuff is documented. It will not be forgotten. We saw how not only Drake was acting before Kendrick got started, his fans, some of the media, it was like they acted like this guy was like no threat at all to him or whatever. It makes me feel like, you know, seeing Schoolboy Q on stage, all the Black Hippie members and everything, that was cool. But the whole thing what I said was Schoolboy Q that came out, it was like, yo, don't come to school that day. Like, Cole, get out the way. This ain't for you. Like, this was designed. I feel like I clocked that shit super early. And it was like, yeah, man. See, Slash Sides, I don't think J. Cole was being a bitch. Like, once, I think.
I don't know if you heard that story, but like, word came out, like, after that weekend that Kendrick put up, after the weekend of, like, you know, 616 in LA, Family Matters, Meet the Grams, and Not Like Us. Word came out that Schoolboy Q notified. Word came out that beforehand, like right before the apology, like Schoolboy Q told J. Cole, back out of this. This isn't actually for you. This is to smoke Drake out into this because Kendrick wants Drake. So Cole basically bowed out because he got the information that like he doesn't actually really want to. He was using the pretense of like, I want, it's three kings. I want the other two to prove that I am the king amongst kings, but really, he really only wanted Drake.
Yeah. So like, man, to run the song 5 times like that, allowing the crowd to rap it themselves, dancing to it, bringing all the different hoods and, you know, the industry people on stage, Um, this is like as much of a spanking of a belt to ass in the history of hip hop. Even
I'm
Lil
what the
Flip ain't
culture's feeling.
like Lil Flip ain't get it this bad.
Oh no, absolutely not. Nah. Like, look, man. Like, he said the shit. He's like, it's not just me. I'm what the culture's feeling. Like, yeah, like he has alienated himself from so many people, and I guess he thought he was too big to for this to happen to him, and then it did, and even in the quarter, even in like the public perception thing, where it's like, hey, Drake always gonna be Drake, or Drake's always gonna be he's gonna be around. He has superstar inertia. He's gonna have 2 tours after this. They're gonna be super successful after this, but
He gonna have to stay over there
with
it.
But we're never gonna look at him the same after this. And if he's not a hip hop heavyweight, in gravity in 8 years, this is the start. This is the tipping point of it right here. Like, because to be quite honest, the quality of his music has dipped considerably anyway compared to what was already just stuff that for someone of his level of fame you would think would be better anyway. But I was like, oh, okay, you've peaked the game. Like, you just put out disposable music with a couple hits on it. You're a full-on pop star. Fine, whatever else. We know that, like, you can give us verses and features and hooks that are going to be, memorable and big hits, on that kind of stuff. But, you have a legacy, and you're going to be considered as one, the most prolific hit maker in the history of this genre, in if he isn't already, right? And that's fine. So his legacy is cemented. But in certain other aspects, he was vulnerable, and this whole thing exposed all of it.
It was like the Russian being cut. Like,
and like, bro, like, I still think it might be the best diss record. I still think Family Matters might be the best diss record I've ever heard from someone on the like consensus decision that you lost a beef. That might be the best diss record from somebody in a beef I've ever heard, when everyone was like, oh yeah, you lost. But that shit was flames. Like, I cannot get over the shit he said about like the shit he said about Weeknd, the shit he said about A$AP Rocky. Like, bro, like
but also
he
that wasn't for Kendrick. That was for other niggas.
No, right, but I'm saying, like, it's the same, but I'm saying, like, it was super impressive. It was super impressive. And within 30 minutes, it was like, oh, we've already stepped on it. Or 40 minutes, we've already stepped on. And then the next day, we got a song of the year put on a diss record where niggas is yelling out A minor, certified lover boys, certified pedophiles.
OV Ho, 69 God.
Freaky ass nigga. Yeah. Boggs got a weird case. Why is he around?
Like, all them lines are gonna be like chopped up forever. Like, you can say that. Why is he around? Like Josh Giddey got traded this week. Chicago Bulls. Why is he around? Like,
yeah.
This was sensational, man. On top of it just being a great rap performance. This was like,
your homeboy needs subpoena. The Predators moving flocks. That's gonna be a line. That thing is all-time quotable song.
Yeah, this is sad, man. And like Aubrey's Angels are melting down on Twitter, saying Kendrick is dragging it too much now. They copping pleas now, James.
He's definitely dragging. He's dragging that nigga carcass around the ground.
Yeah, look, backing up in reverse, pulling back out. He's shooting a video for Not Like Us.
He's dragging it like a hate crime.
Look, all I want, James, is somebody that's a fake Drake, like they did the fake Eazy-E and them Dr. Dre videos and shit like that. Like, I want a fake Drake in the video.
Can they get the actual fake Drake to do it?
Who?
Do you think it's so? Do you think that it is so low for Drake that fake Drake will then show up to play Drake in the video getting clowned on?
Look, hire somebody. Look, I want a fake Dennis in there with a mustache in a Steve Harvey suit.
I was gonna say, like, if you want to fake Dennis, don't you just gotta go to someone that can parody Steve Harvey and just do that?
Look, fake Sandra. You know,
I
we
I think that if you do a fake Sandra, that can get problematic. So I think you might want to leave that one alone. Like it's gonna be because I just imagine somebody in the casting call and be like, hey, we gotta find somebody with the right nose. Leave that alone.
Man.
Nope, leave that alone. Don't do it.
Could we get the
Don't
fake
leave that alone.
Adonis?
Just Dennis. Dennis.
No. Okay, we'll leave Adonis out of it.
And hop yourself right into the anti-Semitism. I'm gonna have to put your ass right over there with Ross. So leave that alone.
No fake Adonis. I will take the fake Dennis. Can we get the fake OVO 40?
I mean, didn't fake OVO 40 make the beat to meet the Grams?
Just bring Alchemist in there.
Just put Alchemist in it. Just say Alchemist. Hey, you just put these glasses on real quick.
Funniest part, DJ Mustard coming out. I'm rapping word for word with Kendrick. You're like, I am not impartial. I am standing over here with this guy.
You know we didn't speak about it, right?
What's up?
You know who really bang I said out there is my nigga YG.
On
YG
stage.
was there, nigga.
Yeah,
he was
performing.
had to pop out. Nigga, nobody. No.
Show executive produced by Dave Free. His fiance Whitney sitting in the audience. This was amazing, man. This was just our own goal for Drake. This entire
LeBron not
process.
on stage, but there.
What's up?
LeBron not on stage, but there.
Right. Look, knowing Drake was gonna see that shit, and that man said, "So what?"
Yep. I remember when it came. Remember the next day, that Sunday after Not Like Us came out, and they saw LeBron and Savannah dancing in some club to that shit. I was like, "Oh, that's bad."
Yeah.
I was like, I bet Drake cried when he saw that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.